to start again. So we looked at this toy exponent floating point system and see that the spacing between two consecutive numbers increases as the magnitude of the number increases, and that is why you have a larger chance of incurring round of error when you are operating with large magnitude numbers. And I'll come back to this little later. So how do we work with finite precision? So that is a fact that we have to live with a finite precision arithmetic. Nothing can be done about it. The computers are designed that way. So the only way to work with these limitations is to realize that only a limited discrete set of numbers are exactly represented on the machine. Those are known as machine represented numbers. The spacing between two consecutive machine representable numbers increases with the magnitude of numbers, and therefore the probability that you will have exactly same number as a result of your computation which can be represented exactly on the machine on the computer is almost zero. So every floating point operation is a source of potential error due to round off. It may be large round of error or it may be a small round of error, that depends. And these round of errors can be reduced by suitably scaling the operands to work with smaller magnitudes, followed by reversing the scaling operation. For example, if I have to add two numbers x plus y, I can represent this as 2 raised to the power minus beta, beta is some integer, and multiplied by x multiplied by 2 raised to the power beta plus y raised to y multiplied by 2 raised to the power beta. So you might argue that this is the additional floating point operation that I am incurring. I mean 3 multiplications, and multiplication is the most expensive operation. Actually division is the most expensive operation, and slightly less expensive is multiplication of floating point numbers. But you should appreciate that x and y, they are all represented as powers of 2. X is represented as sum of mantissa multiplied by 2 raised to the power something. Y is represented as sum mantissa multiplied by 2 raised to the power something. So this multiplication by 2 only involves integer addition of the exponent. Integer addition or subtraction of the exponent. And when I do that, by suitable choice of this exponent beta, I can actually scale these numbers x and y to a small magnitude number, and then I perform this operation where the density of these numbers is more and each of these numbers is going to incur less round of error. And when I compute this result, I negate this scaling operation. This is again going to be only implemented by integer addition of exponent field. That is, so this scaling is effected by the exact integer arithmetic of the exponents and does not cause any additional round off. So this is the answer that Sunil raised a little while back. How do we counter this large round of error in our computation? So the answer is we need to scale the operands to the range where the number density is more, the spacing is less, spacing is closer, and carry out arithmetic operation in that range of dense number density, and then again scale it back. And while scaling back, it might incur whatever round of error had to be incurred. So there can be different modes of round off. So we can always call round to the lower number, lower figure, or round up, round to the higher number, or we can either have round to 0, so that makes round down if we are looking at a positive number side, or it may be round up if you are looking at negative number. Round to the nearest, so whichever number machine representable number is closest, either higher side or lower side, whichever. So generally we adopt, unless otherwise specified, generally round to the nearest is in operation. And now we come to a very interesting and very hideous source of error in numerical computation, that is called catastrophic cancellation of significant digits. And this is very common, and a careless numerical implementation can render results almost unusable, as we will see in this example. So we just use the series form e raised to the power x. E raised to the power x is given as 1 plus x square by 2 plus x cube by factorial 3 plus x raised to the power 4 by factorial 4, and so on. So that's a series expansion. So pretty simple. I mean, your calculator also does the same thing. All these transcendental functions, I mean, all these evaluations are done using series approximations. So if I do this e raised to the power minus 5.5, just some number, and I substitute in series expansion, I continue this series and I retain these how many significant digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 significant digits in the results. So I retain 5 significant digits and I accumulate up to 25 terms. And this result slowly converges to something about 2.36 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 3. And if you compute on your calculator, the correct answer is 4.0868 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 3. So what has gone wrong here? We did everything correct as permitted or as would anybody do. The series is a convergent series and it should converge to the result. I mean, theoretically it should converge. And it has converged to this number, albeit very slowly, but that converged result is almost 100% in error. So what is wrong? What is wrong is this alternate addition and subtraction. When two numbers of similar magnitude are subtracted, that results in significant, I mean catastrophic loss of precision. For example, if I subtract 9,999 from 9,998 from 9,999, the result is just 1. So if 4 significant digits, two numbers of 4 significant digits, the result of that operation is only 1 significant digit. The other 3 significant digits have been lost. So whatever, no matter what I do subsequently with this result of this computation, I cannot recover that lost precision. And that is what is happening here. When I subtract, I mean, if you see, even for small powers, two similar magnitude numbers, they are subtracted. There are alternate additions and subtractions. And this is a cause of significant loss of precision. So how do we correct this? The answer is very simple. We have to evaluate it not as e raised to the power minus 5.5, but rather as recognizing that e raised to the power minus 5.5 is equal to 1 over e raised to the power 5.5, and then e raised to the power 5.5 can be expanded in series form as 1 plus 5.5 plus 5.5 square by 2 plus 5.5 cube by factorial 3, so on. And then take the reciprocal of this. As this series, again this series will converge very quickly. If you carry on the computation and then you take the reciprocal, and you have the same result as you obtain by your scientific calculators. So, bottom line is, catastrophic cancellation can happen without warning, and you may be none the wiser. You may not even realize that what you are computing is completely wrong, unless you look very closely, unless you are aware of the problem, and that is why it is always important to structure your numerical computations, keeping an eye open for spotting potential sources of such catastrophic cancellation. What is happening? Is this going to land us into trouble? So these are some of the issues, and you can of course explore this subject in greater detail. Scientific computation is a vast field, and very very interesting and exciting field. So we will discuss in our next class. I will stop here. We will discuss in our next class some of the basic concepts of linear algebra, which will be useful for our approximate solution construction. So, any question?